Welcome back to my channel. If you have been following me, I want to be sure you have been enjoying the tutorial so far so good since we started this tutorial. Yeah, please, if you have not like and comment. Always comment under my video. Anyway you are confused, comment is I'll be glad to help you. And also if you want a friends or a relatives that you want them to be part of this lesson too or this tutorial, please share my link with them. Let them also join. No knowledge is wasted. Now, if you have not checked my video on computer identification of computer hardware, I may advise you to do so in case you are confused with this video, but I'm sure it is real detail, you will not be confused. And also, you may also go through my video on RAM in case you are having any issue with the RAM of your system. I'll be covering a topic on everything that you need to know about a processor. From this content here, number one thing I'll first talk about is what is a processor. That is number one thing. Number two, do we have types of processor? That is another thing that I'll say. Number, measurement of processor. Number four, processor manufacturer. Number five, application of processor. Number six, problem associated with processor. Number seven, troubleshooting of processor. And the lastly is fixing of processor issue. Alright, sit back while I dish out this knowledge for you. If you have not kindly share and comment. Thank you. So what is processor? Processor is generally the brain of the computer. It is responsible for executing all tasks on your system, including calculation and so on and so forth. Now, what are the types of processor? We have CPU, is a type of processor. GPU is a type of processor, and DSP is a type of processor, and microcontroller processor. Now, if you know the full meaning of CPU, GPU, and DSP, before I will say it now, comment it. Pause this video and comment it below. Alright, let's continue. So, the full meaning of CPU is Central Processing Unit. And another type of processor is the GPU, the Graphical Processor Unit. It's for people that do graphics design. And we have a display signal processor. And then we have microcontroller processor. Processor look like this. Sorry, look like this. Can you see this one also? This is a processor. This is how a processor look like. Now we have manufacturer of the processor. We have the AMD and we have Intel processor. So the Intel and AMD are one of the good manufacturer processor all over the world. You must have here Intel Pentium, Intel Core i5, Intel Core i3, Intel Core i9, Intel Core i7. So those are the type of processors that manufactured by Intel. So we have another types of processor that have been manufactured by AMD, and I've listed them here. So you can just go through this material that is here and you will read through also. Okay, now so that is that. So the measurements of processor is measured in gigahertz. And the higher the gigahertz, the higher the speed of the processor. What are the application of a processor? In your phone, in your laptop, in your desktop, processor is there. Now you see that when you are using your phone is always hot. There's a particular thing that is generating the heat. It is a processor. In fact, in all of the gadgets that we are using, the major supplier of all the heat is the processor. You understand now? So it is the processor. There's a way of cooling the heat generated by the processor. If you have not checked my video on identification of computer hard drive, you can just check it so you know how you can cool the processor heat generated by this processor. However, I'll also be teaching you in this video too. Alright, now you have your phone in server. Yes, processor are used in server. In game, I've said it before already. Graphical processor unit. So It's a kind of processor also. So those are the things that you have to know. Now, what are the symptoms associated with processor issue? One, system crashes. Number two, slow performance. Number three, blue screen of death, BSOD, blue screen of death. You on your system and what is showing is blue. It is called blue screen of death. Number four, random shutdown. You'll be using your system and it will just shut down. Bam. Number five, failure to boot. Number six, glitches and freeze. Next one is error message. Another one is lags and delay. Another one is burning and smell. And then another one is visible damage. All of these things are all issues or faults that are related to processor. Now, so how do you troubleshoot and finally fix it? Number one thing, in case your system is restarting by itself, or is showing blue screen of death, or is overheating, or anything, simply restart your system. It's as simple as anything can fix it. Simply restarting your system can fix the problem. You understand? So most of the time when people come to my office and they explain to me, the first thing I do, just restart their phone. And they know, what do you do? I'll just tell them, I know, don't worry. But now I'm teaching for free. Alright, now. So simply restarting your phone will fix the issue. So after you restart your phone and the problem is fixed, you are good to go. Then that's all. But if peradventure just starting doesn't fix your system, check, is it overheating? What do I say? Check, is the system overheating? Another thing we need to check is that you will verify the CPU installation. Is it the right CPU? Is it the right processor that you are using that's on that system? You must verify if it is true. Another one is that you must inspect for physical damage. This is a pin. All this is pin, you know. If it's bent, if there is a physical damage, it will not work. So you must check if there's any physical damage on the processor by looking at it critically and see. For me, there are sometimes when I want to check, I just look at it this way. So if I'm looking at it this way, I'll be able to know if there's any bent mouth in the pin. If any pin has bent, I will be able to know when I'm looking at it like that. You understand now? So that's how to check if there is any physical damage on the processor. Then if you have checked that, so another thing you want to do is that you replace the processor. Now, so how do you fix your processor if your processor is having an issue? There's what we call thermal paste, or some people call it heat sink. So let me show you the example of heat sink here. This one is a bonus to this lesson. So the heat sink look like this. It's not an injection, no, but it look like this. Yes, they sell it in the market. Or thermal paste, anyone that you want to call it, whether you like call it thermal paste or you call it heat sink, this is it. Now you place the heat sink on top of that means you have to use your system. You need the right tools, screwdriver or Allen key, depending on what your system is using. But don't be afraid. One thing in being a computer engineer is ready to take risk. You understand that? For us it's not risk because it's what we do daily. But for you it may be a risk because you have not tried it before. But trust me, this lesson will guide you through. You understand them? So you open the heat sink. This is the heat sink. Sorry, let me open this heat sink. Why the processor is being installed on the main board? Don't forget, the processor has a socket on the main board where it is fixed into. So as it is still fixed, like it is always like this, facing down like this. That is, this place will enter into the O of the main board. Now, so why it's like that? You apply this thermal paste. Look at this thermal paste, a little bit. Look at it. I'm applying it. I don't want to wait. Okay, now so look at it now. I'm applying it here. Okay, can you see it? I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. You see now, you just apply it. You may not, because for this tutorial, that's why I just have to show you where you have to put it on this white screen in one word. That is where you will put the heat sink. So once you put the heat sink there, they couple the system back and on it, the problem should resolve. We understand that after you have done that. Now, if the problem doesn't resolve, what you do is that you will check whether this processor need upgrade to upgrade it. When you say upgrade, it means that you need to change it. Another thing that you may have to do is that check if it is properly installed on the motherboard. You can just remove it and put it back. What do I say? You can just remove the processor and put it back. Period. That's all. So if you have now tried all this process, it doesn't work. That's why it is called troubleshooting and fixing. You understand? Now you will go and look for any tested processor, the one that you are sure that is working, and put it. If it works, you should know that it's the processor of the processor. You will need to buy another processor to do to power on your system or to fix whatever the problem may be. All right, now thank you very much for joining me on this episode. I hope you enjoy it. Please, if you are finding it difficult to understand me in any point, please and please, I want you to make use of the comment section. It is very, very important. Thank you very much and see you in my next video. Thank you.